Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're dealing with a major incident, a major controversy, tragedy. Depends on how you look at it, I guess. And of course, the media has to tie it to video games. They have to tie it to video games. Yeah, the alleged shooter of the insurance CEO, Luigi Mangione. Apparently, he played Among Us. And it's ironic because that was all about finding the killer, right? And Among Us.
Yes.
So now all these media outlets are running with
Among
Us.
Us.
It's like I don't think Among Us made him do it. If he did it, I'm just saying. Among Us. This is just like Columbine. Like, wow, they played Doom.
I was gonna say, is this like it's because of Animal Crossing? It's Among Us.
Among Us, which is a very, very, very tame game. And everybody is actually laughing at the mainstream media, and this is a very boomer moment for them.
I was going to say, don't tell everybody you're out of touch without telling everybody you're out of touch.
I'm fat, and it's Pac-Man's fault. Yeah,
that's right.
It's so stupid. But headlines. So we're gonna talk about it too. We're just gonna talk about how dumb it is. Before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to clownfishminus.com. You can get exclusive content and merchandise, and that content is also mirrored on clownfishtv.locals.com. I think this is the best one right here. He played Among Us, and he also breathes air.
Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. I mean, the situation that's surrounding him is terrible, and we're not going to get into, opinions on that at all. I just think that their go-to is that he became a shooter because he played Among Us.
Yeah.
Is absolutely ridiculously stupid.
So here, let's go out to the New York Post, which is actually looking kind of more and more boomery, since we covered that they were finally, catching on that DEI
yes. They're way too late to.
The video games. It's like, yeah, you're like way late to this.
Then if it ends, they're going to be like, see, guys, it was us who stopped it. It's like, yeah.
But
okay, Grandpa.
What they're not saying, because you're thinking like, oh my God, this must be some like really dark Steam game or something, an indie game. He played an assassin video game with his friends.
Oh my God.
According to the New York Post.
That's our headline?
He played Among Us.
It was Among Us.
They have children's toys.
I mean, technically they're correct.
Yes.
But that's like, technically you could say, Dirty Rodent and be talking about Mickey Mouse. I mean.
Oh my God. So this is NBC News.
They're all running with it.
This is extremely ironic. Suspect in UnitedHealthcare CEO slaying played video game killer, friend recalls. He played a killer.
Among Us.
Because if you actually put the freaking cartoon characters on the, actually the video game sites did. Shh.
I can't.
It's
Reminder,
ridiculous.
Research games before reporting on them. Yes. Thank you, Polygon. I'm going to agree with Polygon.
Damn it, Polygon, you're actually making sense now. Yeah, this is the most ridiculous thing. Oh my gosh, guys, we have a clue. He played an assassin, so this must be the origin of it. This is NBC
here's the kicker.
News.
You're just randomly assigned who gets to be who's the bad guy. You know what I mean? It's not like you get to choose it.
Oh my God. Luigi, who was arrested and charged with murder in the shooting death of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, once belonged to a group of Ivy League gamers who played assassins. A member of the group told NBC News.
Playing Among Us.
In the game called Among Us, some players are secretly assigned to be killers in space who perform other tasks while trying to avoid suspicion from other players. I found it extremely ironic, that we were in the game. There could actually be a true killer among us.
I can't. It's Among Us.
He said the thing. There could be a true killer among us. As soon as his photo and name popped up on X, my friend texted me asking if I knew him. And then I was calling some 10 friends, and they were calling me. I didn't speak to anybody today who wasn't already aware of what happened. Hey, if you suspected him, maybe you should have blown him out of the airlock sooner. I'm just saying.
Among Us.
Okay, and finally, how many paragraphs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs in. Among Us is a child-friendly whodunit game in which a group of friends run around several space station-like maps. The crewmates, who are simply drawn cartoonish-looking astronauts, run around the ship and complete tasks. What the?
They put that down there because they don't want to get sued by the people who did Among Us. Because they're, but...
He played Among Us.
It's a kid's game.
It's
like, oh my God, guys, I knew that guy was a killer because he played Uno. He hit that reverse card, and I knew. I can't.
I knew he was going to be
Among
gay.
Us.
He played
Among
the
Us.
reverse card.
I knew it. I knew it.
Polygon. Yeah, Polygon's actually making sense. What the hell? This is like the entire.
Even Alyssa Mercanti's making sense.
Alyssa Mercanti, who somehow is writing for Rolling Stone now, is like, yeah, this is stupid. Polygon, reminder to the media. Research video games before reporting on them. Yeah, exactly. No, Among Us doesn't turn someone into an assassin.
It's Among Us.
It does not mean Among Us turned him into a killer, they said. This is a short, sincere reminder to reporters unfamiliar with gaming to learn about the medium before they report on. Actually,
ask your kids.
Yeah.
Or your grandkids, most likely.
I was going to say Polygon and Kotaku make notes, too. Make sure that your reporters actually play games.
That's true.
Them.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, the same way they would attempt to research the particulars of their subject before publishing a story, whether it's a foreign war, a scientific breakthrough, or behind-the-scenes drama of City Hall. A reporter can't be expected to be an expert in everything, but they can be expected to speak with experts and learn from them, or use Google.
Yeah.
They could use Google, and they could Google the game, and you could see a kid's game, basically.
And they mentioned Columbine. And then they said here, it's also a reminder for media consumers to be skeptical of false or reaching connections made between video games and murder. There is no causal link between violent games and real-life violent behavior, according to research from the University of Oxford in 2019, the American Psychological Association in 2020, and the University of London in 2021. God. They say they may agitate children, but this agitation does not translate into violence against other people.
How many billions of people play games of some kind? And how many of them turn into killers?
I'm just like,
saying.
I think there was a lot of, if he did it, there's a lot of extenuating circumstances that led to this. It wasn't because of Among Us. Among Us has been downloaded 500 million times. It is popular among people of all ages, most of them being children, because it's a family-friendly game in which players use social deduction to spot a killer amongst a crew of astronauts that looks like a colorful anthropomorphic being.
Yes. It's stupid.
I mean, yeah. Well, you can go back, if you go to the Rolling Stone article with the Mercani, she even mentions that AOC was playing it as part of her election campaign.
Yeah.
Back, here in 2020, AOC and that Omar played it on a streaming website, Twitch, to encourage young voters to get to the polls. Clearly, alt-right murders, and they just haven't been activated yet. They're waiting for the code. They're sus. They're waiting for the code to be activated to go out and start killing people. Because they were playing Among Us also.
Manchurian Candidate going on here, yeah.
Clearly, that's what's going on.
God, this is so cringy. Like, it's just like, seriously, this is like a major boomer moment. And this is NBC News, MSNBC. Boy, I can't imagine why you're failing, but
and why you're getting sold and all that.
As video games are blamed for everything. Every time there's a tragedy, so they're going to this guy's defense now, I think, because a lot of them like the way he's thinking, if he is indeed the person who pulled the trigger on the CEO, right? And some of them have come out and said so. Taylor Lawrence came out and said it sparked joy to see this go down, which it was a ridiculous thing to say. But if it was somebody on the other side, like you look at the situation in New Zealand and they were blaming video games and PewDiePie, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that was, he's an alt-right Nazi. So it's video games made him do it.
If somebody runs a red light and hits a car or something, is it because they play GTA? I'm like, I mean, seriously, where does it end?
Well, don't worry. GTA 6, from what we're hearing, is going to be nerfed. They're going to make sure it's a kinder, gentler GTA. So, we're going to make sure.
No one's going to play it.
Nobody. Well, I don't know. It's GTA. People are going to buy it. They're going to buy it. A
kinder, gentler version where you can't do half the stuff. I mean, they're not going to. No. They're not going to play that. People want to act out stuff on the games. They aren't actually going to do it in reality.
Actually, you could make a case, I think, that because people can take out their frustrations on game characters, maybe it actually does prevent them from acting out in the real world. If you can get it out of your system, you know what I'm saying? It's like punching a dummy or a punching bag or something instead of punching somebody in the face. You get it out of your system. You feel better. You shot a couple of people in Call of Duty, whatever. You feel better, and then you don't do it in real life. But he played Among Us. Yeah, who didn't play Among Us? Hell, I played Among Us.
I know. You have videos of you playing Among Us.
I didn't play
Among Us, to be fair.
I think it's boring.
I didn't play it because it's not kind of it's not something I want to play. But they said here's how she describes it. It's a typical game. A group of 10 crewmates, armless, cartoon astronauts, and rainbow colors that can wear a variety of silly hats, attempt to complete assigned tasks on their spaceship while trying to determine which of the players is an imposter via social deduction. The imposter's goal is to kill off the crewmates one by one until they're the last player standing. But basically, they get too much attention, they get caught, they can be voted and pushed out into space first. But a lot of times, innocent people get pushed out into space. It's a fun game for kids. It is not a assassin training. This is like Zoolander, where the song plays and then suddenly he's trained to do something. This is ridiculous.
Relax.
Yeah, relax. Yeah.
So yeah, they know. Here's the official Twitter account. Among Us game.
They said in response to that. Yeah, to that New York Post article.
Yeah.
It's an assassin game. They're like,
assassin game.
They're probably having crisis meetings over at Among Us now because they're probably like, oh crap,
Uh-oh. Oh my God. Oh no, too soon. Anyway, yeah, we got Luigi here on the thing. Yeah, this is just this is dumb. This is a really bad take.
It's dumb. It is very dumb.
It's a really bad take. But
everybody's laughing at the mainstream media. Why don't people trust the mainstream media? I'm like that guy that you see all his videos and he's always like making the hand things like duh, you know what I mean? Like the guy that's like, someone does this elaborate thing and he just like does it quick and easy and then that's what's it. We need him. Duh, that's why they hate you. Because they don't trust you because you're full of crap.
Good for Inner Sloth. I think the game is going to become incredibly popular again because it kind of dipped in popularity for a while.
Is it? Or are they going to have meetings because people are going to be like, parents are going to tell their kids they can't play that game because they think it's going to turn them into assassons because the mainstream media are stupid.
I don't think anybody's buying it this time. I don't know.
I hope not because it's not. That's the laughable. I mean, there's some things that are laughable. This is just like moronically laughable.
So, I mean, does like Minecraft teach animal violence? Do you like take a pickaxe to random sheep in the field because, you get some wool? I mean, come on. Like, this is dumb. This is incredibly dumb. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
I don't know what else to say. Just the very, very
it's dumb. That's all I have to say. It's dumb.
A boomer take.
Okay, it's bad enough we agree with both Polygon and Alyssa Mercani. So,
I know, right?
that's where we're at right now.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.